Hey, welcome to another Creation Corner. Today we're going to be doing a variation or modification of last week's design. Instead of a fireplace, I've added a sink and a breakfast bar. So let's go take a look.
All right, this is a vanilla design, but you need to have clipping enabled. We're going to start by lowering the level of our first two foundations. We're going to use the pillar method in order to step down the height of the foundation, and we're going to lower it 5 times. This is the level that we're going to place our piping and create our sink. Okay, now that we've got the first foundation layer, we're going to put in our pipe. Now we're going to put it in the center, but you need to pull it out from the foundation just a little bit so that the pipe won't intersect with the wall later on. Again, you just cycle through to get the intake pipe under the ground. Okay, next we're going to place the gravestones to create the base of the sink. Pro tip, not that I'm a pro, but here's my tip. I like to take the gravestones and pull them all the way to the other one just to make sure that they're lined up correctly before I put it into place. All right, next we're going to work on the boxes, but we need to do another level. So we're going to lower the foundation by 1 for the next step. Now we're going to place our boxes, and again, you want to place them in the same direction that I am. If you flip the boxes on their axis to squeeze more in there, you will run into a problem where you won't be able to open them later on in the design. Another tip, I like to take the box and go all the way across the line just to make sure that the box is straight. You'll notice if it's not straight, the line, it'll go further out on one side than the other. Okay, then you want to add the boxes to the side. That's going to be the bar. Next, we want to add our chair. Next, we're going to replace the foundations at the correct level, and we're going to place the last gravestone to create the back of the sink. Now I'm using the cyan color to color it. Again, I'm trying to make it look like there's water in the sink, but you can use whatever color you want. Okay, now we're going on to my favorite part, eyeballing fence supports. No, it's not really my favorite part. This is very difficult and annoying and can be time consuming. One thing I will note here, I am slightly left of center. If you look at the horizontal axis, I pushed it back just a little bit because when I do the next step, which is going to be the front opening doors, if I didn't push the initial one back, this fence support would snap to that one. So in order to give myself a little breathing room to get this as flush against the boxes as possible, I had to put the first one off center a bit. Now I'm trying to line them up to that first horizontal bar on the box closest to the sink. And if you don't get it right, you just look and see if your spacing was good. You just have to do it again. Okay, that looks good to me. So now we are going to do 2 layers of those fence supports, and now it's on to making the wall. Just like the last video again, because this is a variation of the previous design, we all know I like layered windows, so I am going through and putting in 4 fence foundations on each snap point. Or let me say that correctly. I'm putting 1 fence foundation on each of the 4 snap points in between the 2 foundations. Next, I'm going to build my wall. Now again, I like to color the glass cyan because I think it makes it look more like glass, but that's just me. And it's easier to paint it now than later on when you've got only a small advantage point of it sticking between all the layers. Next, I'm just going to cycle through my adobe doors on the snap points till I get the furthest one, or the one that I like the way that it lines up with the sink. This, incidentally, is why we needed to move that pipe out a little bit from that back foundation, so that the pipe itself and the sink would not disappear behind that adobe wall. I know, because this is like my 4th time building it, because little things like that kept popping up where I didn't place something, and because it was in steps, I always had to start from the beginning. Okay, next we're going to place our tables, and just like in the last video, in order to access those boxes, the tables can't be to the edge. Now, if you don't care about accessing the boxes, sure, bring those tables right up to the edge, it'll look great. But if you want to still be able to use the storage, then you need to push the tables back just about this level. Once you take one object and you put it more than halfway through another, you kind of lose especially if it's an object that you can open, you lose the ability to access its inventory. So that's why the tables are the level that they are. Next, I'm placing a glass double door, and I'm painting it cyan because it's just going to be so you can see through it. And placing the stone double doors. Next, we're going to be doing the catwalks to create our shelves. And now we're going to put in the reinforced double doors. And our boxes. Again, this was like the 3rd or 4th time that I did this, so I know this first box is wonky. Those of you with OCD, just forgive me, know that yours will be absolutely perfectly straight. At this point, I think I just needed to get it finished. I just needed to get a working clip of the entire build. And again, I'm trying to line the boxes up to the outermost point of the stone double door, frame. Now the 2 outer boxes, they do kind of get messed up, so you can't quite open them, but I do think they look nice. But you know, it's your shelf. You can do whatever you want. As I said in the other video, you don't have to put boxes up there. You could put other things that go on top of catwalks for decorative purposes. It's really up to you. And again, like I said in the other video, if you wanted to, you could put small crop plots inside the boxes, push them back a little bit. They'll probably go through the wall, but because if you do layers, then you can always hide that on the other side. But if you do that inside the boxes, you can then put stuff, if you stack them up, you could put something on top of the boxes and it would look like there's lots of stuff up in that cabinet. To make it look like a hoarder lived there, if you wanted to. Vessels, more on pestles, if you're in Prim Plus, those cool fishing baskets. Now, I didn't explain all these other pieces, but I'm pretty sure you can understand what's going on there. Medium crop plots. All right, now I am placing the stone pillars to close off the cabinets. And then these are 2 medium crop plots. Again, I don't push them past the 50% mark, otherwise I won't be able to open the crop plots. I'm going to place our chairs. And some mortar and pestles. Next, we're going to place some wall torches. Now, they won't go flush because they're up against the double door frames, so I like to try to just angle them out. Vessel here. All right, we're going to place the canvas, and you can paint a nice picture on. You just need to go and take the camera in game and take a picture, and then you can paint it on. Next, windows. So this is another window curtain design where you use canvas first, and then you take a wall trophy mount and place it on top. Now, if it is meshing together at first, you just need to back up ever so slightly until it lifts above the canvas, and that's how you get this design. That's it. All that's left now is to paint everything. Now, the colors I used were tangerine and silver. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this modification of last week's design. I think it would look great in a kitchen. Hey, maybe even a bar. Whichever way you use it, I hope you join me next time for another Creation Corner.